Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the program, Leonardo DiCaprio. Here we go.
How you doing?
I'm all right. How are you?
Have you filed your income tax returns yet?
No, I don't do my taxes.
Oh.
My mom does them for me.
Is Mom reliable?
My mom's very reliable,
That's right. Good. Now, would you like a steak dinner? Can we get you a nice, big, thick steak?
No, thanks, Dave.
Tell me a little bit about your name, if you don't mind. Leonardo DiCaprio. It is a very rhythmic, very poetic sort of sounding name. Very nice,
Well,
lovely
thank
name.
you. Thank you
Is
very much.
there a story about that? Your parents have something?
Actually, I do have a story about my name.
Let me hear it.
Well, the first time I got an agent, they thought my
How
name...
old were you?
I was about 6 years old, 7 years old.
You got an agent at 6
Well,
years old?
I tried to get an agent,
Right.
but I didn't succeed because they wanted to change my name to Lenny Williams. They thought my name was a little too ethnic, so they sort of dissected it and said, hey, Leonardo, Lenny. My middle name's Wilhelm, so they changed that to Williams.
Well, no, wait a minute. Let's get back to your given name again. Leonardo Wilhelm DiCaprio?
Yeah, that's my name.
Wow, that's a good one. That's great.
Thanks.
And why is it that your folks selected an Italian-sounding name and then a German-sounding name and your
Well, my mother's German and my dad's Italian.
There you go. There's an answer for every story in this life. So when you were 6 years old, how did you get into show business? What were you just like going to school and then one day you said, I want to be in show business?
Well, the first time was actually on TV. I was on TV at about 3 years old. Have you ever seen Romper Room, that television
Are
show?
you kidding? Try and keep me away from Romper Room.
Well, it was my favorite show at the time, and I just absolutely loved the show, and I used to sing the songs at home and everything.
Let's hear one.
And, oh, God.
Come on.
It's too far away. I can't remember.
Come
I
on,
wish I could.
Wilhelm. Let's go, buddy.
So I went on Romper Room, right, and I was completely excited. They had a little circle, and they were all singing and dancing and stuff like that, but I was too excited to be on camera, so I was running up and slapping the cameras and stuff like that and screaming and looking inside the camera. Tried to pull my mom on stage, and then finally I was too much to handle, so they completely kicked me off
You were
the show.
86. You were tossed. You were adios.
I was adios.
And were you crestfallen? You must have been crushed when you got bounced off Romper Room.
No. I was.
Really?
I saw myself on television. I was just like.
You went
completely,
crazy.
Yeah, neurotic. It was beautiful.
That happens to me almost every night right here.
Are you really that, that excited?
Yeah, I see. Oh my God! I saw the film you did with Robert De Niro and Ellen Barkin, This Boy's Life. Mm-hmm. That was a great, I guess, and forgive me if this is the wrong term, but it was a small sort of film. It wasn't a huge budget with chase scenes and space.
It made about $8 million, I think. It was.
But it was a very nice piece of work, is what I was trying to say, based on a
you.
book. And I thought that the interaction between you and De Niro was especially entertaining. I mean, that was very interesting to watch. Was it did you have a good relationship with him with the film?
I did. Bobby De Niro was great.
You called him Bobby.
Yeah.
There you go.
Bobby
You're in show
and I,
business now, pal.
Robert De Niro was great. I remember a scene we were doing, actually, where he had his... Did you see the Zippo scene where he's trying to, like, impress my mom, played by Ellen Barkin? And Ellen found this so hilarious every time.
He's got something he does with the lighter.
Yeah, he pops it open, does his whole thing. And Ellen, as soon as she saw Robert De Niro do this, she'd start cracking up immediately. And the whole set was in hysterics. And towards like the 25th take, I got a little agitated because I was usually the one that was like getting the laughs around set. So I stand up and I go, guys, can we be a little more professional here? You're laughing all the time. I got things to do. And Bob takes me aside and he goes, there's a certain line, with the jokes. He goes, you shouldn't cross that line because sometimes you can't get back.
That's right. That's right.
So I sit there and I come back to my chair and my heart is like down to my butt and I'm just sitting there.
Yeah.
Whew, did I mess up? And
that's the reason you'll never be back on Romper Room. It goes on your permanent record.
So 2 takes later, they nailed the scene, and I never actually figured out if he was really angry with me, but he forgave me for it actually at the end.
Good.
He took me out and we had a bunch of pies and stuff.
Now, you talked about Romper Room and how you were tossed off and nearly arrested. Mm-hmm. And then, what was like your first legitimate acting role as a kid? Did you want to be an actor, or did your folks just say,
I wanted
here?
to be an actor for a long time, definitely. My first dramatic, real drama was on The New Lassie. And I think we have a clip of that. But I remember that...
I'm supposed to be the one that tells the people that we have the clips. How would you know anything about our clip inventory?
take your time,
That's my
absolutely.
responsibility.
I
When
don't
we
wanna
have a
push
clip,
anything.
I turn to the camera and I say, we got a clip, don't we?
Your parents are gonna get you something to wear. Trust me. I know parents have 2 of them at home.
There you go. That's the beautiful Lassie. How old were you there?
I couldn't have been 15, 16,
That's
something
right.
like that.
So the film opens, when did we say? Friday? Is that when it opens?
This Friday,
This
yeah.
is a real gritty. This is based on the
Real
Jim
gritty,
Carroll
real
book,
dark, yeah.
The Basketball Diaries, about his life, his struggles, him wrestling with drugs here in New York City. And I saw it this afternoon, and man, is it intense. It's quite a piece of work.
It's definitely intense, you know. I'm pretty proud of it.
Good for you, sir. I hope it does well for you. Nice to
you
see you,
very much.
Leonardo. Thank you very much. Leonardo DiCaprio. We'll be right back.